Hi, welcome to week 4, exercise 1. I'm here at the fabulous Susie's house, giving you a whole new view of Tumbo Channel and Tumbo Island across the way. If you stick around till the end of the video, you're going to see some beautiful pictures of the garden as well. So something to look forward to after a great core workout. So today we're going to do the whole workout on the mat. So as you can see, I've got my mat out ready to go. We're going to start on hands and knees. So finding that positioning. I'm working on a little bit of a slope, so I'm going to keep the slope downhill, which is eventually going to give a little extra into the core work I'm doing. So finding that space where the knees are right under the hips, the hands are right under the shoulders. Lengthening here just by pulling the head forward, pulling the tailbone back, and bringing that belly button into the spine, making that core connection. We're going to stabilize the shoulders to start, as we're going to be using them for the first few exercises. So keeping that nice long spine, we're going to let the shoulder blades come together, push the chest down to the mat, push back into the hands, and the shoulder blades come back to neutral. I'm going to keep looking down at the mat as much as possible to keep a nice neutral neck. Take my eyes away from the view for a moment and push back to neutral. One more. Shoulder blades together and then back up to neutral. And then right into the opposite direction. I'm going to push into the mat, let the back raise up, shoulder blades slide apart, and back down to neutral. Pushing out, breathing out, and back down to neutral. Two more. And neutral. Last one. And neutral. Now keeping that nice strong neutral alignment, we're going to go into a plank position. So I'm going to take my hands forward, tip the toes under, come up into a nice long strong line, keeping that belly button pulled in. I'm going to start with a nice slow controlled mountain climber. So knee up and out, up and out, keeping the belly button pulled in, keeping the glutes in one straight line. Don't let the bum come up too high or down too low. And really squeezing the abs when the knees come in. Keep the shoulders down and the neck long. Two more. And back to neutral. Hold it at neutral. Find that nice straight line. And then we're going to take it to the outsides of the body. So knee out, spider climber, out. Feeling those side abdominals, the obliques, working hard here. Keep that control. Four more. One more. Good. Hold it up for a second. Big breath. And then bring the knees in and under the hips again. Release some of the tension out of the body. Take another breath here. We're going to bring it back into the lower body, working the glutes and the lower back muscles into our single bent leg lifts. So I'm going to use a timer for this one. We're going to go 1 minute per side. As I get that timer lined up, we're going to come down onto the elbows this time, keeping the elbows right under the shoulders. Belly buttons can continue to be pulled in. And 1 minute, here we go. Single leg, same leg. Breathe out and in. Keep the bend in the leg. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Nice and controlled. Not rushing through it. Check in with the belly button. Keep it pulled into the spine. We, of course, are keeping the core connected throughout this whole exercise. Last one. Bring it back down. Get set for the second side. 1 minute back on the clock. Here we go. Even it out. Full control. Focusing on that breathing. Out on the way up, in on the way back. Check in again with the core. Make sure that belly button doesn't leave that pulled in position. Keeping it attached towards the spine. Last one. Bring it back down. We're going to come all the way down on the mat now. Right onto the belly. Hands forward, toes pointed back, working into the lower back, focusing on those spinal erector muscles. We're going to keep the hands forward to start, nose down to the mat. Toes are going to stay down. We're going to lift the upper body up and then sweep the arms down, palms turn facing up, and pull up with the palms. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Swipe the arms back through to front. Palms are facing down now. Look down at the mat. Breathe. And here we go. Sweep the arms around. Rotate the palms up towards the end. And then pull up with those palms. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Look down. Sweep the arms back. We have 2 more to go. All the way front. And then open it back up. Palms up, bring the body up. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Keep looking down as you come up to the top. And open those arms back up. Palms up, lift up. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. We're going to come back up onto the hands and knees. We're going to go for one more set of those terrible mountain climbers, but wonderful for the core. Hands spread open, tip those toes under, come up into that strong plank, belly button's pulled into the core, and we're going to come up for 8. Nice and slow. 7. Crunch those abs at the top. One more, and then to the outside for that spider. 8. Last one. Good. Bring it down nice and slowly. Okay, switching over onto the back. We're gonna do the rest of these core exercises on our backs. Finding a nice straight spine to start, lengthening through the neck, hands down by the sides. Start with that pelvis tilt, tilting the pelvis up to the sky or the ceiling and pulling the back down, flattening the back against the mat. Belly button's pulled down still, and then we're lifting the legs up, and we're gonna go for 1 minute here again. Crunch it up, just straight up crunch. Keeping the neck long by looking up. Don't let the chin come down to the chest. And take a little squeeze at the top of that crunch. Really allowing those muscles to contract. And then release down, let the legs come down to the mat. We're gonna take it into a side crunch with a bent leg. So we're gonna take the legs down to the side, bending the knees, having the feet come just on the other side of the body, and then getting ready for one more minute on this single side. We're gonna come up and down. Really engaging that side abdominal, still keeping that principle of the neck long, chin not near the chest. Keep it up. And we're taking it nice and controlled still, squeezing at the top. Feeling that side abdominal working. Good. Bring it back down. Relax the top of the body while we set the legs up for the other side. Moving those bent knees over to the second side. Keeping the feet just behind the line of the body. And 1 minute again. Here we go. Nice and controlled. Remember, just do as many as you can. You don't have to make it the whole minute. You're working with where you're at, increasing your strength, increasing your health with where you're at. And we are done that one. Bring it back down. Let the top of the body come back down to the mat. We are down to 4 more minutes in this core workout today. So finding again that spacing on your mat, keeping the spine nice and long. Hands are going to stay down by the sides. We're going to tilt the pelvis, pull that back into the mat, and lift the legs up. We're going to go into a single leg drop. So I'm going to put the minute back on the timer. We're going to add a little bit of a beat to this. So we're going to go pulse it out for 1, 2, switch. 1, 2. Keep pulling the belly button into the spine. Keep the back flat in the mat. And if you want to add a little bit extra to this minute, you can bring it into a crunch. So you're in that crunch position, or you're going to keep the head and neck down on the mat. Feeling good. Almost there. Last one. Good. Bring it back in. Keep the legs tabletop. We're going to come down. We're going to get ready for figure 8 crunch. So keeping the back pulled in, keeping the knees up. We're going to put the minute back on, come up, and we're going to tap behind one leg, behind the other. Making figure 8s through the legs. Keeping that crunch position. Nice straight leg at the end. Bring it back in. Ooh, feels good. We are done. Bring everything down. Have a breath. We're into our last 2 minutes. That's it. Have a little recovery breath here. We're going to go back to that first mat exercise. The legs up with the crunch. So pull that back in one more time, or 2 more times to come. Pull the belly button in, legs up, and here we go. 1 minute, crunch it up. We are almost there. Keep it strong till the end. Almost. Keep the chin up. Keep squeezing at the top. Ooh, bring it down. Bring the legs down. We are into our very last exercise. We're going to finish with 1 minute of that reverse crunch. So getting ready, keeping the back pulled in. Repeat that 1 minute. Here we go. We're going up and down. We can put the hands up above the head if you like. Get them out of the way. We're going to push up and then push out. Up, point out. Last minute. Hello, Mr. Raven. Woo, almost there. It feels so good. Up as high as you can. Woo, we are done. Let the legs come down. Let's flip right over. I spent a bunch of time in the garden today, so I'm really looking forward to the stretching portion of this exercise. So let's come right onto the bellies again. Bringing your elbows under the shoulders. Rock the hips back and forth a few times. Let everything get lined up. And then we're going to use the elbows to pull the upper body away from the hips. Reach up to the sky or the ceiling with the crown of the head. Extend through the spine and breathe here. Pull a little bit more, really stretch out those hard-working abdominals. And then release the tension, come right up to the hands and knees. My favorite, the cat stretch. Finding that space with the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders, and then tuck the tailbone under. Let the head come down. Reach up through the middle of the back. Let the shoulder blades slide apart. Hold. And release all the way through. Nice fluid movement. Tailbone up, head up, pulling down with the belly button. And again, all the way up to the top. Turn that tailbone all the way through. Really focusing on pulling into the deepest part of the spine. The tailbone's curving in towards your head. And the head is dropping. Reach, reach, reach. And one more time. Down to the second position. Tailbone up, head up. Extension through the spine. and sit back onto your heels. You can bring the knees out a bit, have the toes together. Sit back, keep the arms long, head down to the mat, and a couple nice big breaths here. Walk the hands up towards the body. And we are done for this first day of week 4. What a fantastic view. Big thank you to my wonderful, fabulous friend Susie for letting us peek in on her fantastic view and gorgeous yard, and look at the end of this film for some gorgeous pictures of her garden. See you next time. Thanks for sharing with me.